Okay guys, nakita ko na. Ayun, sa may baywang ng babae. Merong kamay. This is Mark, welcome to my YouTube channel, Random Reacts Philippines. For today's video, we're gonna watch From the Darkest Secrets. So, subscribe nyo tong video guys kung mahilig kayo sa mga nakakamangha, nakakatakot na video. And the title of the video, the 9 most terrible and explicable photographs. So, humanap na kayong maupuan, sabay-sabay natin to panoorin at matakot at mapamangha for tonight's video. Tara!
Many affirm that an image is not enough. A simple photograph does not represent convincing evidence to demonstrate that a mysterious situation or paranormal phenomena has been real. However, the images that you will see today do not come alone, because each one of them hides disturbing stories that you will get to know today. Stories so shocking that they will make even the last hair on your skin stand on end.
I agree naman dun guys. Kung magpipicture ka at may makita ang kakaiba dun sa picture, tapos ikaw lang mag-isa dun sa picture na yun, sa scenario na yun, talagang tatayo talaga balahibo mo.
So stay put, because my name is Leonor Clay, and this is The Darkest Secret. Today we present the 9 most terrible and inexplicable photographs.
Damn. Sounds creepy guys.
Number 9. We begin this video with a disturbing photograph that Paola Guerrero, a faithful subscriber, was in charge of sending me to my email. Attached to the email was a message indicating that this image corresponds to that of one of her aunts who, along with her son, had attended the wake of a teacher who had died after a long illness.
Okay, namatay na.
A photograph that was taken just before leaving, so they didn't get to see it until days later. The young man received the image on his WhatsApp, leaving him completely frozen by what could be seen in it.
Okay. Sa burol ata to guys, correct me if I'm wrong, itong picture na to. Okay guys, hindi ko pa makita kung anong kakaiba sa picture na to. Tingnan natin. Okay guys, nakita ko na. Ayun, sa may baywang ng babae. Merong kamay. That's creepy, bro.
You can see the strange thing that occurs here, right? Where does that hand come from?
Exactly.
That is the question that both he and his mother asked themselves. According to our subscriber, her relatives were never in the company of someone at that moment. Absolutely no one was behind them. So what you see on the screen was quite disturbing. Whose hand could it be? Will it correspond to the spirit of that teacher? Tell me what you think. Number 8. The following is a strange image taken some years ago by Jean Paul's brother.
Grabe, ang intense nung yung video edit, yung sound editing niya. Feel na feel mo eh. Gumamit din kayo ng earphone guys, so i-feel niya yung video.
One of our subscribers from Chile says that his brother occasionally walks through one of the oldest churches in the country. He did not want to miss the opportunity to take several photographs to keep as a souvenir. It was in one of them where the camera of his cell phone captures what at first sight is simply impossible. Observe.
Okay. Hindi ko pa makita, guys. Oh, wow. Parang UFO, guys. Parang
It
UFO.
looks like a humanoid figure that appears with open arms, as if they were wings. At one point, I thought that perhaps it could have been some sort of kite in the form of a person. But the boy replied, saying that his brother did not remember seeing anything in the sky. He also sent me the details of the photograph where you can see the time that both photos were taken. Both were taken at the same time. How can something disappear from the sky so fast? According to Jean Paul, his brother confessed to him that this series of images were taken in a lapse of less than 5 seconds. And out of all of them,
So, consider,
only
guys,
in
na
one
UFO
this
siya.
being
Grabe,
appears,
sobrang bilis na wala agad
which would
sa second
indicate that it
photo.
crossed the sky extremely fast. So much so that nobody noticed its presence until they saw these images. What do you think that is? Leave it in the comments. Number 7. According to historical records from the 1850s and 1860s, photographers began to experiment with various optical effects, and one of them was the renowned photographer Orrin Jeffries, who back in 1895 was capturing images inside an unmapped area of the Grand Caverns in southwestern Virginia. It was during one of those days that he heard something approaching from the deepest recesses of the cave. Frightened, Jeffries fled the scene, leaving his camera behind. When he returned days later to retrieve the device, this was one of the images he captured while in that place.
Wow. Naiwan niya, guys, yung camera doon sa cave, tas binalikan niya. Ano yun? May nagpicture gamit yung camera. Kaya may mga nakagit. Tingnan natin pa. Ang creepy nun. Wow.
I remind you that the cavern was completely dark. So it was thanks to his experiments that Jeffries obtained this image of the interior, and in which you can see a group of 3 beings who stare at the lens of the camera. Watch with color correction.
Ano kayang species yan?
A historical recording that for many marked the beginning of what the photographs were, whose images have no explanation. Could it be creatures that inhabited these caves?
Possible.
Could they continue to inhabit them today? Tell me.
Ako titingnan nyo, guys, hindi mo makikita yung kurba ng katawan nila. Mata lang talaga makikita nyo.
Think. Number 6.
Okay.
Strange and even terrifying photos like the ones you just saw in the previous post are one thing. A fear that comes from the inexplicable. But a terrifying photo is quite another, because of the context in which it was taken. There are many who think that what is terrifying does not lie in the paranormal and inexplicable, but on the contrary, what is truly terrifying and creepy lives with us daily, sheltering in what we are, our human nature. And proof of this lies in the following image, whose story is extremely heartbreaking.
Okay.
Do you recognize this photo?
No.
Here, you can even use the meme of Mr. Incredible to represent those who do not know this story.
Okay, si Mr. Incredible from Disney.
And those who do. You see the young woman on the screen is Regina K. Walters, an American student who in February 1990 disappeared with her boyfriend.
Oh.
For a time, she was intensely searched for without finding traces of her until after some time, and after an exhaustive investigation, the agents captured Robert Ben Rhodes, a truck driver who took both Regina and her boyfriend as passengers who were heading to Mexico. The young people never imagined that this good man would be a true psychopath.
Oh, killer.
Rhodes used to travel around the country as a driver of an 18-wheeler, which was equipped with a torture chamber in the back. First, he killed the young man and took Regina to a farm where he cut her hair, and then took that picture of her. This would be the last recording of her, before Rhodes murdered her in the most horrifying and twisted way that a human being could have in his mind.
So guys, ito palang video to. Ito yung bago siya paslangin nung killer. Okay.
A face full of terror, and at that moment, and according to what the subject declared when he was captured, he already knew what his terrible way of dying was going to be. Robert Ben Rhodes is currently serving a double life sentence in a Texas jail, not only for the crime of Regina and her boyfriend, but for multiple murders he committed in this truck for more than a decade without anyone knowing anything.
Grabe, ang dami niya na pala napatay. Ang galing niya, hindi siya natitrace.
Until this young woman's crime occurred. A crime that was immortalized in this shocking photograph that to this day continues to sting. Number 5. The young woman you see in the image has plenty of reasons to celebrate. It was the end of the academic year at their university, and they had all successfully passed their final exams. More than enough reason to take a well-deserved break in a nearby bar. They spent a pleasant moment together within dances, lights, and of course, plenty of alcohol. A moment they wanted to immortalize in the image you are seeing. They seemed to be happy, without imagining that the creepiest thing would appear right next to them, and would not be noticed until several days later.
Okay. Oh! Grabe guys. Ang bilis lang.
After reviewing the images, they realized that especially in this one, there was a strange hand that clearly does not belong to any of them. It seems to be the hand of a man, a bruised hand. It even gives the impression that it was bloody. The girls tell me that when they noticed this figure, a gigantic fear embraced them, since they believed that there was a stranger who was so close to them, and they didn't even notice it.
Segundo lang guys. Grabe yung kamay guys oh.
That is why one of them believes that he was not a person of flesh and blood. Who did that hand belong to? Why did it have that disturbing aspect? Questions that none of them has been able to answer.
Damn. Grabing.
Number 4.
Grabing video na yun guys. Ay, yung clip na to.
The saying is well known. Reality is stranger than fiction. And it is that many times reality can be much crueler. The man you see on the screen now is Ed Gein, a serial killer better known as the Butcher of Plainfield. According to his own statements, at night he raided cemeteries in order to obtain the fresh bodies of recently deceased people. And with this, He made all his macabre imagination sprout. Position number 4 of this investigation is dedicated.
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Killer siya, tapos yung mga bagong libing lang na patay na tao, parang kinukuha niya.
To all the orbs,
Grabe.
if you can call it that, of Ed Gein. When the authorities inspected his farm, their eyes found something that they could not believe. Sofas, lamps, chairs made with human skin, bowls of soup made with human skulls, and cutlery, among a series of the most terrible things you can imagine. Number 3.
Grabeng killer na to.
Some teenagers in love posted this photo on Twitter. Everything normal until the comments of his friends began to go crazy.
So guys, para nakita ko
In
na
the
tong video
background of
natin.
this image in the mirror, you can witness something impossible, something that caused this image to quickly go viral several years ago. In the place
oh my
where the bag
God.
of
Oh my God. Tingnan nyo guys. Nakatalikod sila, tapos ito nakatingin naman.
his head should be, his face appears, and this time, laughing. Something very similar happened to this couple, where you can witness the
Kaya ayoko mag-picture malapit sa salamin talaga guys eh. Ayoko talaga.
same effect. Obviously, they must be fake photos.
Posibleng ano eh. Alam mo yun guys, ma-edit eh. Or parang natural phenomena. Feel free to comment guys kung ano masasabi niyo dito sa clip na to. Grabe.
But to this day, no one has
Dapat
been
yung
able
ganyan
to find evidence of this in the pixels of each image.
Tingnan niyo naman guys, ang creepy din. Ito, kakaiba yung smile na itong nasa salamin.
Number
Tumatawa eh. Oh,
2.
ito hindi naman. Damn.
The following corresponds to a disturbing photo made by a security camera installed outside of a zoo. It was early in the morning, so there was almost no staff in the area, for the same reason that highlights how odd something was captured in here. Observe.
Wow. Strange creature. Tingnan nga natin to guys.
What could that be? His snout, fur, and ears indicate that we are clearly in the presence of an animal, but the shape of his body is quite strange. It does not seem to be a dog or a wolf standing on its hind legs, but the sensation is that it is walking upright through that area. In addition, this image was taken inside a zoo at times, when it should be completely closed. The most disturbing thing is that it was found prowling around the herbivores area. But the most surprising of all is that according to workers, they have found animals extremely stressed for no reason, as if they had faced a predator. So there are few who indicate that this creature could be the mythical being known as the Chupacabra, in search of prey to feed on. Do you think this is the creature?
So, ayun nga, ina-assume nila na Chupacabra to guys. Itong creatures na to.
That was captured by the camera lens. Could there be any other explanation? Comment below. Number 1.
Top 1 na tayo guys, top 1.
In World War II, many atrocities occurred that, although to this day they continue to be talked about, there is a particular story that has not been given the prominence it deserves. This post is dedicated to showing the supposed real images of what is known, such as the flying of Kiev. In 1939, a small war broke out between Russia and Finland, which was called the Winter War. The Soviet army wanted to invade Finland, but could not follow the official route, as it might be discovered. That is how they decided to cross through a thick forest that had a terrible story behind it. According to the locals, there lived a monster that mutilated people. Obviously, the Russian army ignored this story and went into the forest. A few days later, the Finns got word of this invasion, so they went into the forest too. It was there that they found a platoon of the Soviet army, mutilated, mangled, and skinned. The most popular photograph of this incident is one where it is possible to observe the skin of a Soviet soldier hanging from a tree. Unfortunately, due to YouTube policies, I cannot show it to you. But if you want to know more about this incident, they call it the Evil Monster Incident. No one knows for sure what happened. Leave your conclusions in the comment box, because this video has already come to an end.
So guys, ay yung itong first video na to, parang may monster at umatake dun sa mga Soviet Union. Parang, ayun nga, tinatanggalan sila ng balat. Ayun yung pagkakaintindi ko. Correct me if I'm wrong, feel free to comment kung naiintindihan yung pinaka-story na ito. Grabe.
My name is Leonor Clay,
Creepy nun.
and this was
The Darkest Secrets.
Secret.
So yun guys, natapos na naman ang isang full video from The Darkest Secret. And ayun, I hope natakot kayo, napapamamangha na naman sa napanood nating video. If you know other interesting channel, feel free to comment down below and sabay-sabay natin panoorin dito in our channel. And for more upcoming videos, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And sa mga nakasubscribe, thank you for supporting my channel. And see you on my next video. Bye-bye.